Hi, this is Learn with Yasmin channel, your daily story for better English.
Chapter 3 Finding the Secret Garden. When Mary woke up 2 days later, the wind and rain had all disappeared, and the sky was a beautiful blue. "Spring'll be here soon," said Martha happily. "You'll love the moor then, when it's full of flowers and birds." "Could I get to the moor?" asked Mary. "You've never done much walking, have you? I don't think you could walk the 5 miles to our cottage." "But I'd like to meet your family," Mary said. Martha looked at the little girl for a moment. She remembered how disagreeable Mary had been when she first arrived. But now, Mary looked interested and friendly. "I'll ask Mother," said Martha. "She can always think of a good plan. She's sensible and hard-working and kind. I know you'll like her." "I like Dickon, although I've never seen him. I wonder what Dickon will think of you." "He won't like me," said Mary. "No one does." "But do you like yourself? That's what Mother would ask." "No, not really. I've never thought of that." "Well, I must go now. It's my day off, so I'm going home to help Mother with the housework. Goodbye, miss. See you tomorrow." Mary felt lonelier than ever when Martha had gone, so she went outside. The sunshine made the gardens look different, and the change in the weather had even made Ben Weatherstaff easier to talk to. "Can you smell spring in the air?" he asked her. "Things are growing deep down in the ground. Soon you'll see little green shoots coming up. Young plants they are. You watch them." "I will," replied Mary. "Oh, there's the robin." The little bird hopped onto Ben's spade. "Are things growing in the garden where he lives?" "What garden?" said Ben in his bad-tempered voice. "You know, the secret garden. Are the flowers dead there?" She really wanted to know the answer. "Ask the robin," said Ben crossly. "He's the only one who's been in there for the last 10 years. 10 years was a long time, Mary thought. She had been born 10 years ago. She walked away, thinking. She had begun to like the gardens, and the robin, and Martha, and Dickon, and their mother. Before she came to Yorkshire, she had not liked anybody. She was walking beside the long wall of the secret garden when a most wonderful thing happened. She suddenly realized the robin was following her. She felt very pleased and excited by this, and cried out, "You like me, don't you? And I like you too." As he hopped along beside her, she hopped and sang too, to show him that she was his friend. Just then, he stopped at a place where a dog had dug a hole in the ground. As Mary looked at the hole, she noticed something almost buried there. She put her hand in and pulled it out. It was an old key. Perhaps it's been buried for 10 years, she whispered to herself. Perhaps it's the key to the secret garden. She looked at it for a long time. How lovely it would be to find the garden and see what had happened to it in the last 10 years. She could play in it all by herself, and nobody would know she was there. She put the key safely in her pocket. The next morning, Martha was back at Misselthwaite Manor and told Mary all about her day with her family. I really enjoyed myself. I helped Mother with the whole week's washing and baking. And I told the children about you. They wanted to know about your servants and the ship that brought you to England and everything. I can tell you some more for next time, offered Mary. They'd like to hear about riding on elephants and camels, wouldn't they? Oh, that would be kind of you, miss. And Luke, Mother has sent you a present. A present? Repeated Mary. How could a family of 14 hungry people give anyone a present? Mother bought it from a man who came to the door to sell things. She told me, Martha, you brought me your pay like a good girl, and we need it all. But I'm going to buy something for that lonely child at the manor. And she bought one, and here it is. It was a skipping rope. Mary stared at it. What is it? She asked. Don't they have skipping ropes in India? Well, this is how you use it. Just watch me. Martha took the rope and ran into the middle of the room. She counted up to 100 as she skipped. That looks lovely, said Mary. Your mother is very kind. Do you think I could ever skip like that? Just try, said Martha. Mother says it'll make you strong and healthy. Skip outside in the fresh air. Mary put her coat on and took the skipping rope. As she was opening the door, she thought of something and turned round. Martha, it was your money, really. Thank you. She never thanked people usually, and she did not know how to do it. So she held out her hand, because she knew that adults did that. Martha shook her hand and laughed. You're a strange child, she said, like an old woman. Now, run away and play. The skipping rope was wonderful. Mary counted and skipped and counted until her face was hot and red. She was having more fun than she had ever had before. She skipped through the gardens until she found Ben Weatherstaff, who was digging and talking to his robin. She wanted them both to see her skip. Well, said Ben, You're looking fine and healthy today. Go on skipping. It's good for you. Mary skipped all the way to the secret garden wall. And there was the robin. He had followed her. Mary was very pleased. You showed me where the key was yesterday, she laughed. I've got it in my pocket. So you ought to show me the door today. The robin hopped onto an old climbing plant on the wall and sang his most beautiful song. Suddenly, the wind made the plant move, and Mary saw something under the dark green leaves. The thick, heavy plant was covering a door. Mary's heart was beating fast, and her hands were shaking as she pushed the leaves away and found the keyhole. She took the key out of her pocket, and it fitted the hole. Using both hands, she managed to unlock the door. Then she turned round to see if anyone was watching. But there was no one. So she pushed the door, which opened slowly for the first time in 10 years. She walked quickly in and shut the door behind her. At last, she was inside the secret garden. It was the loveliest, most exciting place she had ever seen. There were old rose trees everywhere, and the walls were covered with climbing roses. She looked carefully at the grey branches. Were the roses still alive? Ben would know. She hoped they weren't all dead. But she was inside the wonderful garden in a world of her own. It seemed very strange and silent, but she did not feel lonely at all. Then she noticed some small green shoots coming up through the grass. So something was growing in the garden, after all. When she found a lot more shoots in different places, she decided they needed more air and light. So she began to pull out the thick grass around them. She worked away, clearing the ground for 2 or 3 hours, and had to take her coat off because she got so hot. The robin hopped around, pleased to see someone gardening. She almost forgot about lunch. And when she arrived back in her room, she was very hungry and ate twice as much as usual. "Martha," she said as she was eating, "I've been thinking. This is a big, lonely house, and there isn't much for me to do. Do you think if I buy a little spade, I can make my own garden?" "That's just what Mother said," replied Martha. "You'd enjoy digging and watching plants growing. Dickon can get you a spade and some seeds to plant, if you like." "Oh, thank you, Martha. I've got some money that Mrs. Medlock gave me. Will you write and ask Dickon to buy them for me?" "I will. And he'll bring them to you himself." "Oh, then I'll see him." Mary looked very excited. Then she remembered something. "I heard that cry in the house again, Martha. wasn't the wind this time. I've heard it 3 times now. Who is it? Martha looked uncomfortable. You mustn't go wandering around the house, you know. Mr. Craven wouldn't like it. Now, I must go and help the others downstairs. I'll see you at tea time. As the door closed behind Martha, Mary thought to herself, this really is the strangest house that anyone ever lived in. Chapter 4. Meeting Dickon. Mary spent nearly a week working in the secret garden. Each day, she found new shoots coming out of the ground. Soon, there would be flowers everywhere, thousands of them. It was an exciting game to her. When she was inside those beautiful old walls, no one knew where she was. During that week, she became more friendly with Ben, who was often digging in one of the vegetable gardens. What are your favourite flowers, Ben? She asked him one day. Roses. I used to work for a young lady who loved roses, you see, and she had a lot in her garden. That was 10 years ago, but she died. Very sad it was. What happened to the roses? Asked Mary. They were left there, in the garden. If rose branches look dry and grey, are they still alive? Asked Mary. It was so important to know. In the spring, they'll show green shoots, and then... But why are you so interested in roses? He asked. Mary's face went red. I just wanted to pretend I've got a garden. I haven't got anyone to play with. Well, that's true, said Ben. He seemed to feel sorry for her. Mary decided she liked old Ben, although he was sometimes bad-tempered. She skipped along and into the wood at the end of the gardens. Suddenly, she heard a strange noise, and there, in front of her, was a boy. He was sitting under a tree, playing on a wooden pipe. He was about 12, with a healthy red face and bright blue eyes. There was a squirrel and a crow in the tree, and 2 rabbits sitting on the grass near him. They're listening to the music, thought Mary. I mustn't frighten them. She stood very still. The boy stopped playing. That's right, he said. Animals don't like it if you move suddenly. I'm Dickon, and you must be Miss Mary. I've brought you the spade and the seeds. He spoke in an easy, friendly way. Mary liked him at once. As they were looking at the seed packets together, the robin hopped onto a branch near them. Dickon listened carefully to the robin's song. He's saying he's your friend, he told Mary. Really? Oh, I am pleased he likes me. Can you understand everything that birds say? I think I do, and they think I do. I've lived on the moor with them for so long. Sometimes I think I am a bird or an animal, not a boy at all. His smile was the widest she had ever seen. He explained how to plant the seeds. Suddenly, he said, "I can help you plant them. Where's your garden?" Mary went red, then white. She had never thought of this. What was she going to say? "Could you keep a secret? It's a great secret. If anyone discovers it, I'll die." "I keep secrets for all the wild birds and animals on the moor, so I can keep yours too," he replied. "I've stolen a garden," she said very fast. "Nobody goes into it. Nobody wants it. I love it, and nobody takes care of it. They're letting it die." And she threw her arms over her face and started crying. "Don't cry," said Dickon gently. "Where is it?" "Come with me, and I'll show you," said Miss Mary. They went to the secret garden and entered it together. Dickon walked round, looking at everything. "Martha told me about this place, but I never thought I'd see it," he said. "It's wonderful." "What about the roses?" asked Mary worriedly. "Are they still alive? What do you think?" "Look at these shoots on the branches. Most of them are alive, all right." He took out his knife and cut away some of the dead wood from the rose trees. Mary showed him the work she had done in the garden, and they talked as they cut and cleared. "Dickon," said Mary suddenly, "I like you. I never thought I'd like as many as 5 people." "Only 5?" laughed Dickon. He did look funny when he laughed, thought Mary. "Yes, your mother, Martha, the robin, Ben, and you." Then she asked him a question in Yorkshire dialect, because that was his language. "Does thou like me?" was her question. "Of course. I likes thee wonderful," replied Dickon, a big smile on his round face. Mary had never been so happy. When she went back to the house for her lunch, she told Martha about Dickon's visit. "I've got news for you too," said Martha. "Mr. Craven's come home and wants to see you. He's going away again tomorrow for several months." "Oh," said Mary, that was good news. She would have all summer in the secret garden before he came back. But she must be careful. He mustn't guess her secret now. Just then, Mrs. Medlock arrived, in her best black dress, to take Mary down to Mr. Craven's room. Mary's uncle had black hair with some white in it, and high, crooked shoulders. His face was not ugly, but very sad. During their conversation, he watched her in a worried way. Perhaps he was thinking of other things at the same time. He looked at the thin child. "Are you well?" he asked. Mary tried to keep her voice calm as she replied, "I'm getting stronger and healthier." "What do you want to do in this big, empty house?" I just want to play outside. I enjoy that." "Yes. Martha's mother, Susan Sowerby, spoke to me the other day. She's a sensible woman, and she said you needed fresh air. But where do you play?" "Everywhere. I just skip and run and look for green shoots. I don't damage anything." "Don't look so frightened. Of course, a child like you couldn't damage anything. Play where you like. Is there anything that you want?" Mary came a step nearer to him, and her voice shook a little as she spoke. Could I have a bit of garden?" Mr. Craven looked very surprised. "To plant seeds in, to make them come alive," Mary went on bravely. "It was too hot in India, so I was always ill and tired there. But here it's different. I love the garden." He passed a hand quickly over his eyes. Then he looked kindly at Mary. "I knew someone once who loved growing things like you. Yes, child, take as much of the garden as you want." He smiled gently at her. "Now leave me. I'm very tired." Mary ran all the way back to her room. "Martha!" she shouted. "Mr. Craven's really a nice man, but he looks very unhappy. He said I can have my own garden." She was planning to work in the garden with Dickon every day to make it beautiful for the summer. Chapter 5. Meeting Colin. In the middle of the night, Mary woke up. Heavy rain had started falling again, and the wind was blowing violently round the walls of the old house. Suddenly, she heard crying again. This time, she decided to discover who it was. She left her room and in the darkness followed the crying sound, round corners and through doors, up and down stairs, to the other side of the big house. At last, she found the right room. She pushed the door open and went in. It was a big room with beautiful old furniture and pictures. In the large bed was a boy who looked tired and cross, with a thin, white, tearful face. He stared at Mary. "Who are you?" he whispered. "Are you a dream?" "No, I'm not. I'm Mary Lennox. Mr. Craven's my uncle." "He's my father," said the boy. "I'm Colin Craven." "No one ever told me he had a son," said Mary, very surprised. "Well, no one ever told me you'd come to live here. I'm ill, you see. I don't want people to see me and talk about me. If I live, I may have a crooked back like my father, but I'll probably die. What a strange house this is, said Mary. So many secrets. Does your father come and see you often? Not often. He doesn't like seeing me because it makes him remember my mother. She died when I was born, so he almost hates me, I think. Why do you say you're going to die? Asked Mary. I've always been ill. I've nearly died several times. And my back's never been strong. My doctor feels sure that I'm going to die. But he's my father's cousin and very poor, so he'd like me to die. Then he'd get all the money when my father dies. He gives me medicine and tells me to rest. We had a grand doctor from London once who told me to go out in the fresh air and try to get well. But I hate fresh air. And another thing, all the servants have to do what I want, because if I'm angry, I become ill. Mary thought she liked this boy, although he seemed so strange. He asked her lots of questions, and she told him all about her life in India. How old are you? He asked suddenly. I'm 10, and so are you, replied Mary, forgetting to be careful, because when you were born, the garden door was locked, and the key was buried. And I know that was 10 years ago. Colin sat up in bed and looked very interested. What door? Who locked it? Where's the key? I want to see it. I'll make the servants tell me where it is. They'll take me there, and you can come too. Oh, please don't. Don't do that, cried Mary. Colin stared at her. Don't you want to see it? Yes, but if you make them open the door, it will never be a secret again. You see, if only we know about it, if we can find the key, we can go and play there every day. We can help the garden come alive again. And no one will know about it except us. I see, said Colin slowly. Yes, I'd like that. It'll be our secret. I've never had a secret before. And perhaps, added Mary cleverly, we can find a boy to push you in your wheelchair if you can't walk. And we can go there together without any other people. You'll feel better outside. I know I do. I'd like that, he said dreamily. I think I'd like fresh air in a secret garden. Then Mary told him about the moor and Dickon and Ben Weatherstaff and the robin. And Colin listened to it all with great interest. he began to smile and look much happier. "I like having you here," he said. "You must come and see me every day. But I'm tired now. I'll sing you a song. My servant Kamala used to do that in India," said Mary. And very soon Colin was asleep. The next afternoon, Mary visited Colin again, and he seemed very pleased to see her. He had sent his nurse away and had told nobody about Mary's visit. Mary had not told anybody either. They read some of his books together and told each other stories. They were enjoying themselves and laughing loudly when suddenly the door opened. Dr. Craven and Mrs. Medlock came in. They almost fell over in surprise. "What's happening here?" asked Dr. Craven. Colin sat up straight. To Mary, he looked just like an Indian prince. "This is my cousin, Mary Lennox," he said calmly. "I like her. She must visit me often." "Oh, I'm sorry, sir," said poor Mrs. Medlock to the doctor. "I don't know how she discovered him. I told the servants to keep it a secret." "Don't be stupid, Medlock," said the Indian prince coldly. "Nobody told her. She heard me crying and found me herself. Bring our tea up now." "I'm afraid you're getting too hot and excited, my boy," said Dr. Craven. "That's not good for you. Don't forget you're ill." "I want to forget," said Colin. "I'll be angry if Mary doesn't visit me. She makes me feel better." Dr. Craven did not look happy when he left the room. "What a change in the boy, sir," said the housekeeper. "He's usually so disagreeable with all of us. He really seems to like that strange little girl. And he does look better." Dr. Craven had to agree.